What's up guys, this is Tampatec and this is the GE attic mount antenna. What's cool about this antenna is that you can actually get up to 92 channels using an off-air antenna. I got 92 channels on my TV, on my 10-year-old Samsung TV. Now my 10-year-old Samsung TV does have a built-in digital tuner, so you're gonna definitely need a TV that has a built-in HD digital tuner. If your TV does not have a digital tuner, then you can always buy one. This is a digital converter box that has an option to be a DVR. You just plug in a 32 gig USB drive into that converter box and you can record all your off-air channel TV shows on that 32 gig USB drive. And if your TV towers are in one direction, I highly suggest using a directional antenna. But if your TV towers are surrounded your house, then you can opt for an omnidirectional antenna. These antennas are really popular on boats and RVs because they accept all signals from all different directions. My house is about 30 miles away from any TV towers, but if your house is similar to like mine, then I highly suggest getting a 60-mile radius antenna, because expect to get half that range. Now I asked Google the best tips to get the best signal using your off-air antenna, and this is what showed up. Find out where your TV towers are and aim your antenna to those TV towers. If you're using an off-air antenna that's in your living room, then aim that antenna toward a window. But not all windows are facing toward the TV tower directions. Now mounting your antenna higher up is better. There's less resistance, less interference, and you're going to get the best opportunity to get the best signal. Also try different locations in your attic to get the best signal, because signals bounce around, and even though you're facing toward the right direction, if you move over 10 feet over facing the same direction, you may actually get a completely different signal. And last but not least, using an inline amplifier will greatly improve your signal quality. It may not add more channels to your list, but it will increase the reliability for those channels that you do already have. And using a splitter will decrease your signal quality. So using an amplifier with a built-in splitter may be ideal for you. You just need an off-air antenna, aim that toward your local TV towers, and scan on your TV all those channels that are available. And you'll have free HD channels, even 4K channels if they're available. If you're using a living room off-air antenna, you're not going to really get too many channels using that. They're not really great because, for one, in your living room there's a lot of interference. There's a lot going on. Wi-Fi signals, you got your TV, you got your refrigerator, microwaves, all this interference in your house. And so using a living room antenna may not be the best idea. Even if it's amplified, it may not be the best idea. Even if you're facing it toward the TV towers, you still might not get all those channels that you want. But I highly suggest getting an attic off-air antenna. This is a directional attic off-air antenna. So you want to mount this as high as possible in your attic, facing toward the directions of the TV towers. And where are the TV towers located, you may ask? Well, you download the app and it's going to locate those TV towers according to your GPS on your phone. So the app is actually called DTV Antennas. There's a built-in compass, and it's going to show you where your TV towers are and how far away they are. See how it moves? Now this off-air antenna is not amplified, but you can buy an amplifier separately. This off-air antenna is rated for 60 miles, but because I'm putting it in my attic, I don't think I'm gonna get 60 miles. Actually, I know I'm not gonna get 60 miles because I tested it already. Maybe if it was an outdoor antenna, you might get 60-mile radius, but this is an indoor attic off-air antenna. And the reason why I'm not mounting it outside, you may ask, is because I live in Tampa and that is the lightning capital of North America. And I don't want to put this outside where lightning can hit it. Now, if you live in an area where there's a lot of lightning strikes, then I don't suggest mounting this on your roof. highly suggest mounting it in your attic. And if you do mount it on your roof, you're gonna get better signal, of course, but you're gonna have to ground it just in case you get a lightning strike. Well, you have to ground it no matter what because of NEC regulations. Even if it's grounded, you may get a lightning strike that enters your home and destroys your equipment. So I would first set up this antenna without the amplifier and see how many channels you get and how reliable the signal is. And then if you need the amplifier, then go ahead and plug it in. So my TV towers are southeast, which is basically that direction. Well, more like that direction. So I'm gonna have to put the antenna all the way back there to the peak of my roof, facing basically that direction. So when walking in the attic, make sure you step on a joist. And then always have one hand on a 2x4 like this, a rafter. Alright, so I found a good spot to mount the antenna, pretty close to the roof. And then go ahead and tighten it down. And then you want to make sure you have the wire running through like this and you don't have any sharp bends. If you have a sharp bend, that's going to impede the signal and weaken the signal. And want to make sure all your connectors are tight. And the wire is draped that way. There's no sharp bends. And I dropped it down with those other cables. There was a pre-existing hole there. Another thing that's really important is use high quality RG6 cabling. This is dual shielded cabling. And the reason why is because that's going to give you the best signal quality. So if you're using a 50-foot RG6 coax cable, then you may not need an amplifier. If you're using a 100-foot RG6 coax cable, then most likely you're going to need an amplifier. So the whole house is decked out in radiant barrier, as you can see. But if you're using off the antenna, you're going to have to take some of that down, like I did. And all that stuff you see flying around, it's installation. So wear a mask. This is without the amplifier. I unplugged it. And let's see if... Yes, I'm losing signal now. And another thing is you want to make sure there's no metal threads touching the copper, the center prong. That's going to short out your signal. I have a GE off-air antenna and I'm using a GE TV amplifier. And this red light lets me know that we have power. I just connected it right here, plugged it in, that's the power, and I have it connected right here. Make sure that's tight, not over tightened because you can break the connector. And the one thing that does concern me is that this is a very thin cable. They should have used the RJ6 cable. So I may have to get a better amplifier. So let's see what kind of signal I get. So I'm watching live TV right now in off air. And it's 13 minutes and 33 seconds. And look at that time on here on Hulu TV. It's 14. It's like a 30-second delay. And it says I'm watching live TV, as you can see. But Hulu TV is not really live TV. You want to go ahead and hit menu. And anytime you move the antenna, you want to scan. All right, and then go ahead and go to channel. And I want to select air. And then you want to go ahead and check your signal. So I got pretty decent bars out of that. And this right here is a built-in amplifier. It really doesn't do any difference. See, I turn it off. I get the same signal. See? Basically the same thing. I think it's more of a gimmick. And then go to auto program and select air only. All right, 100% scanned. And what do we got here is 94 channels memorized. First time I went up there, I scanned 92 channels. Then I went up again, repositioned the antenna. We got over 100 channels. And then I keep on tweaking it. I get like, you're going to end up doing the same thing, probably. And you keep on like, let me see how many more channels I could get. And then you go in the attic and you try to reposition it and think you're going to get more channels, and you end up losing channels. So just to give you a heads up, like once you get the channels you want, just leave it alone. So guys, if this video was informative, give me a big thumbs up. If you know anyone that might be interested in this video, go ahead and click on the share button below and share this video to them, help someone out. And if you're interested in the GE Pro attic mount antenna, this is a directional antenna. Go ahead and check out the links in the video description below. There'll be links for the omnidirectional, the bidirectional, and the single directional off-air attic antennas. Subscribe and hit that bell notification to stay updated on the latest tech videos.